Today, we will be talking about video games. To start about this topic, we would be beginning from the very first game which was ever invented. The game was invented by a physicist, William Higginbotham, in the October of 1958, and the game was similar to the current version of Pong, which is a simple simulator of a tennis game. Video games, however, were not that popular back in those days. It started to become popular in the year in the decades of 1970s and 1980s, where the popular 8-bit games of Oregon Trail, New Champion, and Steel Auto, such games which were very new and were novel experiences, increased the popularity of those games. In the following decade of the 1990s, new games such as Doom and Wolfenstein were very instrumental in the increasing popularity of the video game genre, which and are still very acclaimed as classical games. As of right now, in the current year, the current world, of the 8 billion people living on this planet, 3 billion of them play video games, myself included. That is in around 37.5% of market penetration. And not only that, it is a very thriving industry in on itself, having an industry value of nearly 200 exceeding $200 billion in 2022 and is projected to cross $300 billion in 2023, having a projected increase of $450 billion in 2027. As of right now, this is mainly because the current gaming companies are moving towards better game quality and better gaming graphics. These graphics are made to be hyper realistic. In fact, these are so realistic that it is nearly impossible to tell the difference between a computer generated environment made using pixels and lines of code and the real world. This is achieved by the gaming companies using gaming engines such as Unreal Engine 4. These realistic graphics, however, are very useful. They are not only used in the gaming industry, however, these graphics are also used by other industries, such as the industry of ar- architecture. In the in foreign countries such as the US, architectures use a game, Minecraft, which was released in 2008 and is still currently updating. They use this game to make very realistic models of buildings. They make these buildings very realistic, and using some mods, they apply textures to them and make it seem like the building is built in real life. The building is made in a 3D generated environment and not in a game. This makes it very cost effective in making, as it is very costly to make a 3D generated model of anything. However, making that in that game is nearly costless, nearly free to do so. That is why it is very widely acclaimed and has a very wide user base in games as well as other industries.